that I am going to share. And I hope that you like it as well. So lying down, Shavasana, or legs on a chair. You could even do legs up a wall. I didn't mention that, but that's always a possibility. Let yourself get a little bit heavy into your mat and into the floor. So you kind of like let the day wash off and just show up in this moment right here. Just breathing. That's your only task, is just to put some awareness on your breath. And I'll share the first good news, the story before the poem. There it is. Customers line up to show support for Ukrainian-owned bakery in DC. Two sisters have found a way to help their homeland of Ukraine, all the way from Washington, DC. Vera and Anastasia Darren own Delight Cafe and Bakery in the Adams Morgan neighborhood. Their parents and grandmother live near Kiev, and the sisters are accepting donations at their bakery to directly assist families in Ukraine. Customers have been standing in long lines so they can make purchases and donations. And in the first week, the bakery raised $7,000. Her mother thanks everyone, Vera told ABC News. She said, "Please say how appreciative we are with that and see how much you're heroes that you're helping us." Many of the customers donating have been supporters of the Delight Cafe and Bakery since it first opened, but some, like American University student Reagan Bauer, are new fans. "As college kids, we don't have that much money to donate," he said. "Just coming to the Ukrainian-owned business is a great way for us to support the cause." Just beautiful community doing something to make a difference. It's beautiful. Oh. Continue to relax and breathe. I'm going to send the link to Sherry. Some reason she said she didn't get it. Oh no. And you might take a full inhale and a gentle sigh, exhale out of the mouth. You can do that a couple more times if you'd like. Hey, Sherry, glad you made it. Sorry about the link. Oops, I don't know what happened, but you're here and we're glad. Oh, I'm sorry, Siri. Excuse me. Oh my word, what's happening? I'm in a technological wow moment. I don't even know how to stop this. Okay, everything's fine. Back to the yoga. Just like life, gets a little messy and chaotic, and then we regroup using our mad skills. Breath, presence, intention. Okay, this is an autobiography in 5 short chapters by Portia Nelson. Maybe my all-time favorite poem. Chapter 1. I walk down the street. There is a in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am helpless. It isn't my fault. It takes me forever to find a way out. Chapter 2. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I am in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. Chapter 5. I walk down another street. Kind of like that for spring, for setting an intention to maybe walk down some different streets. Let's take a few more breaths here. Bring your hands to touch in front of your heart. Grateful for this time to be with your breath, to connect, to step out of the chaos. And we'll send some love from our hearts out to someone or someplace. And when you release your arms, you can draw your legs in closer. You could rest your feet on the edge of your chair, or you could just hug your knees in. We'll take a few breaths here and then we'll bring our legs back onto the chair. But for a moment, you can use rest your feet or hug your knees in. Deep breath in and a nice exhale out. And let your legs and your arms float up. Resting bug. Let's circle the ankles and the wrists. Slow and steady. Really move slowly. It's the opposite of what we do for most of our days. One can switch direction. Just feel. What does it feel like in the wrists, in the ankles? Feel your back supported by the ground. And when you release, take your legs back onto your prop or out into Shavasana, if that's what you prefer. That's a great choice, remember. And then just the arms can come up. Let the arms move around in some circles, any size, kind of a floating feeling, peaceful movement. And you can switch direction. Let your arms now go up and press your palms up toward the sky. Palms toward the sky, arms straight, reaching right up from the chest. And then you'll turn clockwise and counterclockwise up from your shoulder joint. The whole arm and the hands will be moving clockwise and counterclockwise. And you might allow a little tiny bend in the elbow, especially if you feel like your arms are hyperextending. I tend to be a person that straight arms for me is sometimes beyond straight. A little bit of wackiness. And back to neutral. Bend elbows. Let the forearms and the upper arms come down to the mat and then push back up like doing a push-up. You can add resistance to this, or you can just let the movement feel light and lovely. So maybe you're lifting cotton balls, or maybe you are lifting a couch. Arms moving in and out of this shape. Pushing and then bending and drawing the arms down. One more time. And release. Take your arms out in a T. Do nothing. Just breathe. You can allow your eyes to close and you can check in with your jaw. Relaxing the jaw. Spending another few breaths right here, being instead of doing. And bring your arms down by your sides. And we'll do a little brain work and shoulder work. So you'll arm, reach it up and over, and then bring it back down by your side. And then your left arm, reaching up and over, slow and steady, and back down by your side. Then both arms at the same time, reaching up and over, maybe with a big inhale, and exhale, arms down. So we do single arm, and then double. Always checking in, noticing. Have you started rushing? Are you trying to get the arms somewhere that they don't want to go? You can do less. Finish the round you're on and take one more, please, or not. Single, single, double. When you finish, arms can go back out in a T, and you'll roll your head side to side. Extra slow, with great care. Let the head be heavy. Taking your gaze to the right and to the left. Continue side to side or pause on one side for a few breaths. You might reach through the arms, make them even a little wider. See what that feels like. And to the other side, pausing if you're doing that, maybe reaching through the arms. Coming back to center. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart center. If that is not comfortable, rest your arms in any shape that feels really wonderful at this moment. Let your body breathe. Notice if there's any tension in your jaw or your shoulders or your heart center or your belly, and see if you can relax any amount. And your next big move is to switch the hands. That's it. Breathe. Notice where your mind is. Follow the breath, each inhale and exhale. We'll be here maybe another 30 seconds. And release your arms and gently hug your right leg in. The left leg can stay elevated, supported. You'll hug the right leg in. And stay here or switch your hand. Take it behind the right thigh so that you can straighten and bend your right leg. We're always approaching the movement with curiosity, with care, compassion. We are not trying to force the leg straight. That's a no-no. We're just seeing what the body has today. One more time. And release the right leg back onto the support or back out. Hug your left leg in. You can hold chin to start. And you might notice a difference on this side. Staying here or switching, taking your hands behind the thigh, straighten and bend the left leg. Notice your pace. Notice your breath. One more time. And release the legs. This time, take your hands, arms out in a T or maybe in cactus for this pause. And we train in our practice effort and surrender so that we can be reminded in life that there's effort and we also can surrender. It is a practice. Can you get a little heavier into the mat, into the floor? Spending about another minute here. Give in to the resting. And bring your arms back down. Let's take the left leg onto the right for thread the needle. There's a lot of ways that you can do this. The left leg comes on top. You can still keep your right leg on the chair, or you could slide and use maybe your foot on the front of your chair, or you can even take a traditional thread the needle, holding the legs in. Yogi's choice. And whichever choice you made, the left leg is on top. So squeeze and contract the left buttock muscles. And then slowly release. Do that twice more, just the left side. Squeeze and release. It may not even be easy to access that, so you can just explore. I think I can contract just that side and release. And just staying in this shape. I'll invite you to take some very full inhales and open your mouth for the exhales. Make some sound, release. Maybe stick your tongue out. When you're ready, releasing the left leg, quieting the breath, pause between the sides. And then your right leg will come on top. Thread the needle. Any variation using the chair or your prop or holding the legs in. Once you get situated, see with your mind's eye, right buttocks, squeeze, contract, and release. And you'll just do that twice more. And letting the buttock relax, staying in the shape, taking some nice full inhales, and perhaps open mouth exhales. You can stretch the face out, move the jaw around, make all the noise you want. Releasing the right side, and yogi's choice here. You can choose to pause and rest with your legs on the chair. You can hug your knees in, rest here in kind of an upside down child's pose, balasana. Or some of you may be wanting a happy baby. If that feels too much, trust that and do one of the other options. You can hold feet, ankles, ends, or favorite cheat. Take the arms behind the knees and you can clasp your hands. Kind of a supported happy baby. Or gently rock side to side. And taking your legs up toward the sky, you can let your arms rest, palms down or up. Think of the work that we did with the arms when we did counterclockwise, turning the arms counterclockwise and clockwise. We're going to do similar with the legs. So I have to have my legs bent because they don't want to be straight right now. But we can dorsiflex the ankles so the soles of the feet are up toward the sky. And then you turn the feet in and out. But you'll notice, wow, the whole leg is doing that. And this is internal and external rotation at your hip joint. Ooh la la. Not a huge movement, but a lot of feels. Taking just a few more. And then you can try with feet pointed, toes toward the sky. that same movement and just see what that feels like. Turning in and turning out. Like a fancy ballerina. And then we'll release the legs and very gently, please move as little as possible, but bring yourself onto your mat and the chair can go away. And you can stretch out into a Shavasana shape. Or remember Tuesday, it was so long ago. You could take the starfish shape if you'd like, just spreading out the arms, the legs. And we'll pause right here. Let yourself be heavy into the floor, into your mat. You can let your eyes close if they're not, and see if there's any part of your body that could relax a little bit more. Releasing and resting. We'll spend about 1 more minute here. Releasing your arms, bringing the legs a little closer. You can draw your right leg in, holding the shin or the thigh. Your left leg can stay long unless that doesn't feel good, in which case bend the left leg as well. You can have the left foot on the ground. Holding the right leg in. Some things to explore while you're here. You can dorsiflex the left ankle so the toes go toward the sky. Feel how that makes the leg feel quite active, as if you were standing on it. And then you could just let that go. Let the leg feel like Shavasana. Maybe you move in and out of that a couple of times. You'll feel the thigh, your quads working a little. And then there's that surrender, effort and surrender. At the bottom of your next exhale, we'll switch sides. Take your time. Right leg is long, hug the left leg in. If it's more comfortable to bend your right leg, please do that. And then you can explore this right leg, toes toward the sky, active leg, and then releasing that Shavasana leg. Couple more breaths here on this side. And you'll release. Please get your pillows, have them handy on your left side, the left side of your body. 1 or 2 pillows or 15, whatever you would like. They're on the left side of your body. Left leg is long, hug the right leg in, and we're turning this into a twist. Now, I should have said, I sometimes like to adjust my pelvis here. So I might actually bend the left leg, shift my pelvis a smidge to the right. Then I can straighten the left leg out, hug the right leg in, and take it across the body onto the pillows or the cushions. So you might stack them. You want to find a place where you feel a nice twist, but it's supported. And if this, turn it into fetal pose with your right leg on the cushions. You can roll all the way onto your side body if the twist feels too much. And take some nice full breaths here, even though there's some rotation, there's twisting, which sometimes plays a little bit with the breath. You can look the opposite way, looking off to the right if you want. At the bottom of your next exhale, you'll slowly come back onto your back. Reset yourself so that you feel kind of neutral, if you will. And then you can take the cushions to your right side. Have them ready on the right side. Now I'll do the correct cueing. If you'd like, a little lift of the pelvis and a shift to the left. A little bit. I go maybe like 2 inches. Right leg goes out. Draw your left leg in. And then take the left leg across over onto the cushions. Remember, you can arrange them in any way. You might like a stack. Yes, that's good. And then arms in a T, maybe looking to the left. If this is too much, remember the beautiful fetal pose option. You can come all the way onto your side. Noticing each breath, recognizing in breath and out breath, even here in our twist. At the bottom of your next exhale, slowly, mindfully coming back to center. You can have your pillows, one on each side, and we'll use them in just a moment to set up for Shavasana, but straighten your legs out one more time and take them a little wider toward the edge of your mat. And again, we turn so the feet rotate in and out, and we feel that all the way up at the hip joint. Just a few times, internal and external rotation. Thank you, hips. And then when you are ready, bending the knees, take your cushions under the thighs, stretch your legs out, let them completely relax. Here we go into the ultimate surrender pose, which is Shavasana. Set yourself up for success. If you need a blanket to cover, certainly have something under your head if you'd like that. I'm going to guide you around the body in a short yoga nidra, and after that, I'll just be quiet and you'll rest. But we'll be going from the toes all the way up the body to the crown of the head and then back down. You don't have to do anything, but just bring your awareness to those areas. Just a beautiful way to connect, conscious relaxation. And just allow yourself to be settled. And we'll bring awareness to your big toes. Ankles. Calves. Knees. Mid thighs. Tailbone. Navel. Heart center. Throat. Space between your eyebrows. Top of your forehead. crown of your head, top of your forehead, space between your eyebrows, throat, heart center, navel, tailbone, mid-thighs, knees, calves, ankles, big toes. Stay and rest longer if you would like. Or begin some deeper breaths. Some gentle movement, fingers, toes, maybe a full body stretch, a deep breath in starfish, When you're ready, rolling to your side, fetal pose. This is our transition, the pose of new beginnings, transition from Shavasana to the rest of your evening. Maybe walking down a different street. Bring yourself up to sit. And let your hands come to touch in front of your heart. Bowing in toward your heart. Thank you. Thank yourself for being here. Thank each other for being here. And I thank you. Take great care. Namaste.